Boom. Hello, everybody. What is good, everyone? I'm streaming again. Fun. Didn't stream yesterday. Needed a little bit of a break, you know what I'm saying? But here we are today, folks. And you know what? The story stays very much the same.
Love it if prices
MAGA?
I don't think they're going to go down.
You're going to be hurt.
I would love it if this country gets made great. We'll see, you know, that kind of thing.
You're going to get hurt.
Feed into the antagonism.
By his decisions.
We'll see.
By
Trump
his
voters
presidency.
really don't like it when you say that,
etc., etc., etc. Anyway. I think I might have fixed the Google Voice problem. So hopefully that stays fixed, folks. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. How's the stream doing, everybody?
Twitter's pretty mad at me.
Oh shit! Where's my stream? Oh, is the stream up? Stream is up. Had to be on this page, I think, to make that happen. Where am I in the stream? Had to be on that to make that happen. Hello. Listening to myself. All right. All right, folks. Do I get the notification on the YouTube? I did not get notified on YouTube. What's the deal with that? Right channel. Waiting for that notification. Just mainly out of curiosity. But folks, if you disagree with this prompt, let me know. Let's have a conversation, because that's what we do here. We talk. We talk it out. We find common ground, you know? Of course, we can be as civil as you want. I'll match your energy. In terms of, like, if I respect you or not. We shall see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. Alright, the stream is up. I have it pulled just in case. You know, just in order to get any chat I might miss if I'm not looking at it on stream or on my computer screen. And also, I think I solved the problem of the volume. Maybe. Also, do not disturb is now off. The call-in number is now on. Angry says, how has your week been? It's been good. It's been chill. You all been on my grind. This stream's been getting good numbers. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys watching. It's been good. Today, you know, woke up at a decent time. Went on the computer a little bit. Went to work out. Came back home. Now I'm streaming and being productive. You know, we got to get them watch hours up. Each one of these recent streams have been real good for the watch hours, I can tell you that. It's literally better for watch hours than videos. Though I still will make videos. But, you know, if the goal at times is to, or the goal right now, the priority right now is to get those watch hours up. And that will get us to monetization, folks. Right now, where are we? Hold on, let me check. Let me check the situation. YouTube Studio. Let's see. We are currently 2,564 watch hours in, and that is as of November 22nd. My recent streams were November 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I took a break on the 26th, but now I'm back here on the 27th, back on that grind. You know what I'm saying? The last stream, let's see the watch hours. I'm just kind of curious how it did. Last stream got about 102 watch hours. That's pretty good. The stream before that got, let's see. 102 as well. That's also pretty damn good. So that's over 200 watch hours right there with those 2 streams alone. So if we are going based off that 2,500 number, we're going to get 2,600, 2,700. And then I believe the two streams on the 23rd were both 20 hours each, so plus 40 or so. Of course, I wasn't going on for 20 hours, but that's based on everybody that watched. You know, also with people watching these streams, I'm tempted to also do some gaming because obviously I'm not always doing politics, right? And you know what I wanted to stream? I wanted to stream the GTA story mode. That would be fun. And you know what? A casual stream like that would still get would still be a productive use of time. Would still get those hours up. But you know, I gotta release some videos too. I have a video idea, like some short ideas. I got regular video ideas too, but some of those require a bit more work. The real idea, you know, going beyond just commentary. And you know, there's 12 people watching right now. If you guys all subscribed, unless you guys are currently subscribed, let's see the live count. I am currently, as we speak, folks, I am currently at, it's loading, 1,857 subscribers, folks. If you subscribe right now, that can go up like a couple. That can go up a couple. But folks, also, this is a political stream. This is a debate stream. We have a call-in number. There's a prop right here, folks. I'm not pointing at it. Right here, folks. And if you disagree, that's okay. Let's have a conversation. I'm inviting you on. I'm inviting... I don't care about your political ideology. You could be MAGA. I mean, that's most likely who's going to come if you're mad about my prompt here. And I'll still have you on. It ain't about gatekeeping. RB says, you rage baiting. Spelled rage wrong, but then you corrected, so good job. You rage baiting with that. No, sir. I'm just telling you how it is. Would you rather me tell you how it is, being honest with you, or would you rather me tell you something that's going to make you happy, but I'm lying to your face? I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that, folks. Not a fan of inflationary tariffs. Not a big fan of labor shortages. Not a big fan of even more tax cuts for the rich. Tax cuts for the rich that will raise taxes on the middle class and the working class and the poor. I'm not a big fan of that. Thoughts on Matt Gaetz? Do you believe the allegations? I mean, there was a big, long investigation. I think they should publish that, and then we can kind of fully come to our conclusions. Overall, he seems like an overgrown frat bro. The Venmo payments are certainly something. He's been sending a lot of people big amounts of money. And, you know, for a lawyer to say that his client saw him fucking a 17-year-old, I mean, damn, that's quite the bold claim, you know what I'm saying? That's really putting your reputation on the line. So, of course, we will not know until the investigation with its full, concrete information comes out. But overall, I gotta say, he doesn't seem like the cleanest dude. He's definitely not someone that should have been running the attorney general, in the attorney general position. That would have been horrible. I'm not sure that the person that Trump put in there will be much like a great attorney general. Probably not. But, you know, if I could give some credit, it's better than Matt Gaetz, I guess. It's better than, you know, the pedophile. I think we can all agree on that. We can all agree on that. MAGA in the chat. If there's MAGA in the chat right now, do you agree that pedophiles should not be running the Attorney General's office? I think they would. I think y'all would. I predict you guys would. At least on paper. Anthony says clown emojis. Anthony, where am I wrong? Oh, James, please don't. Oh, actually, technically, there's another term for fucking 17-year-olds. Please don't justify fucking minors, James. Come on. John, the report is not already out. As far as I understand. Matt Gaetz, I'll check it. Matt Gaetz investigation. I'm curious if it's out. I would love to see it. But clearly there was something in there that made him withdraw from trying to be Attorney General. I would think if you're innocent, you would keep on going. Yeah, no, it's not out. It's not out. Looking into it right now, it's not out. The allegedly is 17 and he was 24. If it's still wrong 100% if that happened. Yeah, I'm glad we can agree. John says, want to bet. Want to bet on what? If the report's out? Because the report's not out. They're still debating about releasing it. Or they haven't come to like a position of yes or no. It seems like they're actually leaning towards no, potentially. Most of the articles about it are from like a week ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. It would have been released if he stayed in the House of Representatives, but there's a reason that he left the House of Representatives, and I don't think it was just to try to become Attorney General. Nope, he talked to the senators, didn't have the votes. Damn. Connor? Who? Which Connor? McGregor? I think he lost his case already. And Conor McGregor overall has been an embarrassing guy. Embarrassment to combat sports, honestly. I mean, he was good in the earlier days, but it's pretty clear he let his demons get to him. It's unfortunate. He didn't take the fighting seriously. He's been drinking too much. He's been doing too much drugs. He's got an ego as high as fucking Mount Everest. And he is not gonna... It doesn't seem like he's ever gonna fucking fight again. He could. He could. I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't, but it's not looking good for him. Oliver says, you a ghost. Do you live in a parallel reality? No. Do you? Alexandria says, I'm a homeless guy. Can anyone buy me a burger? Alexandra says, are you a man or a woman? Oliver has taken that message seriously, it seems. But no, I'm not a ghost, and, I live in reality. Folks, if you disagree with this prompt, feel free to call in. There's a call-in number. If you think Donald Trump is actually looking out for the little guy, feel free to have a conversation. We can have that conversation. Here, how can I format this screen for me a little better so I can see the chat? Can I pull the chat out? I think I can do that. You might believe that Donald Trump's looking out for you folks, but I can assure you he is not. You must like the economy. High food costs and high gas prices with Trump will fix it. Living the Dream 1, are you aware of the new tariffs announced for Canada and Mexico? You know, we get a lot of oil from both Canada and Mexico, and that's directly going to make gas prices more expensive. Inflation was already down, but Donald Trump is now promising to make it worse. If you disagree, feel free to call in and defend that idea. Maddie says, by the sound of it, you're not a Trump fan. Get over it. Maddie, I assume that you are a Trump fan. I have a freedom of speech as an American to say whatever the fuck I want. Mabel Train says, Trump wants to drill in Alaska. That's cool, Mabel Train, but that doesn't mean the oil will be here in an instant. He's promising tariffs on Canada and Mexico day one, and we've already been drilling oil higher than ever before under Biden, but you guys weren't satisfied with that, so I don't think just opening up a couple oil drills in Canada are really going to fix the problem. Right? We import things for a reason. You can't just go ahead and suddenly put this, what did he want? 25% tariff on Mexico, 25% tariff on Canada, 35% on China. That's directly going to make things higher, particularly with the gas prices, if that's your main concern. Marble Train says, Marble Train is rejecting reality. You think that we didn't increase oil drilling under Biden. We literally did. We're the highest oil producing country in the world. If you don't believe that that's true, then you're living in another reality, my friend. Roger Brooks says, you can say what you want. Trouble is it's not very good. What are you proposing, Roger Brooks? I'm not fully understanding what you said there. Surprise Lobster says, oh no, more tariffs. Yeah, across the board tariffs are pretty bad, actually. Sebastian Baran says, do I identify as Christian? Absolutely. Batman says his grandmother is also his wife. Whoa. Marble Train says our highest export is petroleum. So are you saying that you want it to be staying within the country? Because if you're saying that, I actually agree with you. I mean, we can export some to a certain amount, but we definitely should be investing or putting more into our own country to save our money and make it cheaper here. But you have to bring that up with the gas companies and the oil companies. And that's a problem with capitalism, my friend. That's a problem with the market. And that's not anything Donald Trump is going to fix. Donald Trump isn't talking about, say, nationalizing the oil industry to shift its priorities. The oil industry is a for-profit industry. And if they can go ahead and sell to foreign countries and make a hell of a lot of money doing that, even if it means higher gas prices here, they're going to do that. You know, I see a lot of Trump supporters actually bring up the Keystone Pipeline. Oh, Biden closed the Keystone Pipeline. That's why things got expensive. When in reality, the Keystone Pipeline, where was it heading? It was heading to Texas to make it easier to export out of the country. We increased drilling under Biden. We produce more barrels than any country in the world. We're reaching records. So you guys should be happy about that. If Trump was doing that, I know you guys would be happy about that. But you guys aren't, and I understand that. But now the tariffs are going to make gas prices more expensive. Considering that's one of your priorities, I assume you'd be upset. Sebastian Barron says, Trump opposed abortion. If you identify as a Christian, shouldn't you be prioritizing and defending God's moral law than any arbitrary economic policy? Sebastian, Donald Trump increased drone strikes 435%. Donald Trump supported the Saudis' genocide in Yemen. You know, I don't think that's very Christian. One of the first things that you're taught is thou shalt not kill. It's a really simple thing. And Donald Trump increased the amount of people getting fucking killed. Donald Trump says he wants to do peace, but now he wants to let Israel get away with anything they want. He wants them to, quote, finish the job. He used Palestinian as an insult. So, yeah, as a Christian, I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. And, of course, the economic stuff will affect people's lives. Things become more expensive. People die. You know, people might commit suicide if their situation gets worse and worse and worse. Overall, I think putting less people into debt is good. I think expanding healthcare is good, and that's a Christian thing to do, caring for your neighbor. And Donald Trump's not going to do that, my friend. So no, I didn't vote for him. Maddie says goodbye. Goodbye, Maddie. Alan says, do you work in D.C.? Probably. Not so you don't know anything. Do you work in D.C.? Probably. Not so you don't know anything. Babble boy. Alan! You sound illiterate. No, I don't work in D.C. Your Kool-Aid stains are showing. What Kool-Aid stains? I didn't drink no Kool-Aid. I went to the gym. I don't even see no stains on this shirt, motherfucker. Maddie says, why don't you get real? Maddie, why are you so upset about freedom of speech? You see, the Trump people, the Trump folks, Trump himself doesn't actually care about freedom of speech. Schofield says he wanted border security but blocked the immigration bill. He did do that. 807 area code, what's on your mind? '807 area code, you're on. All right. Not speaking. Speak words. Caliber says Russia flag. CC says, just came across this and that statement alone has gained you a subscriber. Thank you, CC. I very much appreciate that. Schofield says, pro-life but anti-ACA. Exactly. He wanted to get 30, 40, 50 million people off their health insurance. You call that Christian? Raul says, well, sure. So how do you know all these things? We will wake up tomorrow and still go to work. Life goes on. Alan, yeah, of course we're still going to wake up and go to work. We're still going to be doing our shit. But when someone does a policy, we can assume what's going to happen. If someone's announcing a 25% tariff on two of our biggest trading partners and a 35% tariff on another one of our biggest trading partners, we can assume that prices are going to go higher because tariffs are inherently inflationary. Tariffs do affect us on a daily basis. I mean, that's why a lot of you guys voted for Donald Trump policies affect us on a daily basis. You all thought that Donald Trump's going to push anti-inflationary policies, and that's why you voted for him, didn't you? 224 area code, what's on your mind?
Hey, this is Sebastian. I just commented.
Sebastian. I'm looking for your comment. Trump opposed abortion. If you identify as a Christian, shouldn't you prioritize God's moral law rather than arbitrary economic policies? Yeah. Well, I answered your question when I responded to you in the chat, but where am I wrong?
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. So my rebuttal to that is, where does the Bible talk about economic policy?
Yeah, well, I didn't just bring up the economic policy. I brought up Trump increasing drone strikes 435%. I talked about Trump funding and supporting a genocide in Yemen when he was president, and when he had an opportunity by Senator Bernie Sanders and Republican Mike Lee, who wrote a bill in the Senate, passed the House, went to his desk to stop arming Saudi Arabia and their war in Yemen. Donald Trump refused. Why did Donald Trump refuse? I can assume it's because he gets money directly from the Saudis.
Right, but drone strikes were higher under Obama.
That's not true. You don't. So if you increase drone strikes 430, my friend. Hold on, my friend. I'm correcting you here. If you increase drone strikes 435% from the prior administration, that means you increased it. That means you did more. And Donald Trump removed the regulations and checks and balances, so we only know how much he did in the first 2 years. He actually did more drone strikes than Obama in 2 years than Obama did in 8 years. But let me say this, if you recognize what Obama did is wrong, you can recognize what Donald Trump did is also wrong.
Yeah, but the difference is that Donald Trump supports law and order within our own country, and he also opposes abortion.
Well, okay, you just went to a different issue. I'm talking about Trump. I'm talking about Trump killing more people. I'm talking about Trump supporting a genocide. Those are some of my big moral questions when it comes to me as a Christian, supporting the guy. So, how do you feel about Donald Trump supporting the genocide? Yeah, okay. You know. The thing is, I can criticize Obama. I can criticize him too. Can you criticize Donald Trump?
So what do you prioritize? What do you prioritize? Do you prioritize the murdering of unborn babies or foreign wars? Which you could argue are actually for our interest. But let me ask you.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's get into that. You can argue it's for our interest. So supporting Saudi's genocide in Yemen, making a cholera outbreak of 2 million people, that's in our interest? Cholera is in our interest?
A cholera outbreak?
Yeah, cholera outbreak in Yemen, that's in our interest.
That was our fault?
Yeah, I mean, we supported the country attacking the other country. We supported the continuation of the war. No, it's not debatable. We supported the war. Donald Trump received a bill from Democrats and Republicans, from the House and the Senate, saying we can stop arming Saudi Arabia and we can get the blood off our hands. And Donald Trump said, no, thank you. And then Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, took $2 billion from Saudi Arabia in an investment. Now, remember, after the presidency, Donald Trump's net worth is around $5 billion. That's 2/5 of Donald Trump's whole net worth, just given to Jared Kushner in between his first and now his upcoming second presidency. So I think it's because of corruption. And ultimately, I do prioritize currently living fucking people over I'm not interested in having like a personhood I'm not interested in having a personhood discussion when it comes to the issue of abortion. But yes, as a Christian, I prioritize living human beings that are currently alive, that are currently experiencing bombs falling on their head.
It is central
you know
to the argument.
No, it's I really don't really I genuinely don't. Hey, my friend, I genuinely don't care about the personhood debate. We're not going to come to any conclusion on that. No, because I genuinely don't care.
Okay, well then I don't care about foreign wars.
Okay, so you as a Christian,
in our interest. Foreign wars are actually.
So again, the cholera outbreak was in our interest. Supporting the bombing of, like, say, mosques or open-air markets or funerals, that's in our interest. Increasing drone strikes 435%, that's in our interest. Bombing Afghanistan, bombing Iraq, bombing Syria, bombing Somalia, that's all in our interest.
I would rather have... Yes, absolutely.
And you consider...
a country that stops murdering babies.
No, well, we are... under the things that you say are...
babies, and maybe slightly decreases its foreign wars.
under the situation you've been supporting, as in this conversation, we're gonna be killing a hell of a lot more babies because you want to support neocons and warmongers. All right, so when it comes to the Iraq War, Trump called it bad. I think it's bad, but unfortunately, he's putting Dick Cheney advisors. Unfortunately, he has a neocon, Marco Rubio. Unfortunately, he has a pro-Iraq war person he's putting as in charge of the Department of Defense from the Fox News gentleman. So you have a situation where this president.
Other countries are so innocent.
Wait, you think
Are nothing?
So you think? Do you think?
Are completely.
Do you think Iraq was justified?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, Donald Trump is putting people that are pro-Iraq war into his cabinet. And now, I mean, there are many people in our government, you know this, that want a war with Iran. And that would make the Iraq war look like
Donald Trump
peanuts.
also took our troops out of the Middle East.
No, he didn't.
So
he didn't.
Continued and would have continued.
Donald Trump didn't take our troops out of the Middle East. You're lying.
Democrats.
Lying's a sin. My friend, Donald Trump did not take troops out of the Middle East. That's not true.
Yeah. Okay, so where do they go? How come he's saying he did, and how come that's like a talking point?
Well, he is a liar.
And how come he
you understand
never been corrected?
Yeah, I mean, he's a liar.
Well, he's brought it up in debate, but not really something to be.
Hold on, you're breaking up there a little bit, but you asked me why is he bringing up that he pulled the troops out of the Middle East? Well, he's lying. The war in Afghanistan ended in 2021, meaning we still had troops in Afghanistan. We still had an active war in Afghanistan. Also, again, whether you have troops there or not, which we did, and you're claiming we didn't, and that's a lie. We were still increasing drone strikes 435%. We still were supporting a genocide. And now Donald Trump has said to Israel that Biden was holding them back, and he wants them to be able to finish the job. Now, I'm assuming that you're probably going to say that bombing kids in Gaza is also in our interest.
Same Biden just allowed the U.S. missiles to.
Yeah, you're doing like a whataboutism.
It is, but
so okay, wait. Oh, hold on. You're saying no. I'm not avoiding the question. I'm prioritizing existing. I'm prioritizing existing lives. By the way, when we send our men and women to war, we actually kill living American soldiers too. So I don't like that. But again, this you asked me if I'm a Christian. I am a Christian, and as a Christian, these are my priorities. Our tax money going towards bombing kids.
Foreign lives of Muslims over the lives of unborn, potentially Christian babies, because America is ostensibly a Christian country. These other countries are Muslim.
That's so interesting. Wait, so you just value life differently? That's so I don't actually value life differently. I value life equally, my friend. I don't think that's a very hot take. You know what I'm saying? And I think yes, if we killed a Muslim, if we killed a Jew, if we killed a Christian, that's not cool. But again, you want to hyperfixate on. You want to Hold on. I need you to calm down a little bit. I need you to calm down a little bit. I need you to calm down a little bit. You have justified. Yeah, well, this is my stream, and you come on my stream, so if you don't shut up, I'm going to kick you, all right? So I need you to quiet down when I'm speaking to you. Right. So you, in this conversation, want to hyperfixate on abortion, but every single other issue you're trying to move away from. And not only because when you don't move away from it, you have essentially justified every murder. You think it's fine that we give kids cholera in Yemen. You think it's fine that we provide the Saudi government with bombs to blow up funerals and open-air markets. You think it's fine that we increase drone strikes 435%. You, my friend, said it's in our interest. Don't talk about motherfucking lying. when you said that we pulled troops out of the Middle East. You are a dishonest person, and you are a sinner. We're all sinners, my friends. That's a perspective of Christians, and you need to ask for forgiveness for lying about the lives both of those innocents in the Middle East, those civilians, and of our soldiers. Because you're saying, oh, they weren't even in the Middle East under Trump, when they were, and they were dying because they were in a war that they didn't need to be in. So if you want to rant about morality, you can rant about morality. But in this conversation, you have valued human life differently because they're a different ethnic group or a different nationality or a different religion. I don't. They're all children of God, equal to me and you. And if you don't see that, my friend,
no, they're not.
Then that's on you, brother. That's on you. So you think it would be okay if you murdered a Muslim child? Do you think that that's justifiable? If a Muslim got murdered in front of you, if a Muslim got murdered in front of you, would you care or would you not care?
Okay, can I just respond to everything?
I asked you a question.
All right.
You valued life of a Christian. Excuse me. You valued life of a Christian differently than a Muslim. So if a Muslim was killed in front of you, is that less of a tragedy than if a Christian was killed in front of you?
Okay, you're trying to obfuscate because you know that my next response.
No. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what bullshit response you're gonna say. I'm asking you a specific question. You valued human life differently. You said hyperfixate. Excuse me. No, I'm not reframing the debate. I'm talking about what is moral because you want to bring up Christian morality, and I'm talking as a Christian, and I'm asking you a specific question, my friend. You value the life of a Christian in America differently than a Muslim in the East. But if a Muslim was killed in front of you, is that the same level of tragedy as a Christian being killed in front of you?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay, well that's all I need to hear, my friend. No, I'm putting human life equally, my friend.
I prioritize.
Human life is human life. Human beings are human beings, and we're all children of God. If you can't see that, there's no fixing you. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go to your confession. You need to go to your church and confess to your sins, my friend. You need to go into that confession booth and say, I lied about our soldiers. I said that Muslim kids can get murdered. I justified murder. Go apologize to your preacher. You're in the wrong stream, my friend. But there's somebody calling in, and you had a good amount of time, so I'm going to move on, brother. Thank you for your time.
Here we go.
Hello, 343 area code. What's on your mind? Okay, 343 area code didn't stay around. I think I gave that gentleman enough time to speak. He fucking explained that he justified every war. He justified every war. He said Muslim life is different than Christian life. It's all human life to me. And if you can justify murder, you're no good Christian to me. I can tell you that. I can tell you that, folks. I don't think it's a hot take. Do you guys think it's a hot take, chat? Is it a hot take to say murder is bad? Is that a hot take? I don't think that's a hot take, folks. Frankly, folks, murder is bad. I mean, do I need to make this a fucking prompt in the corner here? That murder is bad? Is there going to be angry MAGA? Thank you, CC. I appreciate you enjoying it. Let's go read chat. Sebastian says, Sebastian's in chat. Sebastian, you justified murder. You justified murder. That's all we need to hear, man. That's all we need to hear, brother. All we need to hear. It's disgusting. Children of God, period. Larry Burns, I'm going to interrupt the dumbass, okay? I'm going to interrupt any dumbass that justifies murder. You're not going to get respect from me. You're not going to get decorum from me. The first step of decorum is valuing human life, maybe? I'm saying that abortion's more evil than foreign wars. Sebastian, you're a fucking dumbass, dog. There are children being bombed, losing limbs, being burned alive, starving in Gaza right now. In Yemen right now. And you don't give a fuck. Because you don't actually value human life. 646 area code. What's on your mind?
I have DACA.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I just want to declare that I have DACA.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah.
All right.
And I'm afraid the program is going to end.
Well, brother, I understand, man. I understand, and all I can say is you might have to look towards your community, your friends, your family, your neighbors to support you. Find a way, because I assure you, I can tell you this, you provide more to this country than that son of a bitch who just called recently that was justifying murder. You know, so, brother, all I can say is, from my end, I'm going to work within the Democratic Party to restore our pro-immigration stance, because I genuinely feel like the Democratic Party abandoned folks like you. And I'm not going to let that continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Keep it up, man. Keep up the hard work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless up. Shout out to all immigrants. They made this country. Give us your tired, exactly. Vepperk says, is stopping a threat ungodly? Stopping what threat? Barry says, do you support open borders? I support a process, but our process as it stands right now encourages illegal immigration because it is slow and inefficient. If you're not a fan of illegal immigration, I understand that. That's why we need to make our process much easier, much more efficient, much more timely, and then we can start talking. Unfortunately, the discourse around the border is whether or not we just make it difficult, whether or not we deport more people, and that's not solving the root problems. I believe in solving the root problems. 882 area code. What's on your mind? 882 area code. What's on your mind? All right. Sebastian says, why do you want babies to go to hell so badly? Where did I say I want babies to go to hell? I want babies to be able to live. There are babies in Gaza being bombed right now that you don't give a fuck about because you justified our support for the state of Israel. There are babies in Yemen being bombed right now because when you justified the Saudi support or the Saudi genocide. Sebastian, you said these wars were in our interest. You said these wars were in our interest. You are lying, my friend. Bring that to the fucking confessional, man. Go to your priest. Go to your priest and say the exact arguments word for word and ask him, Father, am I lying or is he lying? And I guarantee you they're going to say you're a fucking liar, man. 847 area code. 847 area code. What's on your mind?
Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I like what you've got going on. I enjoy your message.
Thank you, sir.
The conservative side of politics has the ability to have that moral high ground. They put a convicted felon in the White House. So
Yes.
it's not something that is even a debate anymore.
Yeah.
Say that if you can get the word out that the people who have friends who still in the military active duty, that they have a duty to disobey an unlawful order.
Yeah, I mean,
on ground in the United States, that's an unlawful order.
Yeah, I would say, look, I mean, for all our soldiers and our politicians too, they swore an oath to the Constitution. They have to respect it. Simple as that. If something is unconstitutional that they're being forced to do or being ordered to do, they have a complete right to say no.
Absolutely.
You know, so especially when it comes to potentially.
We prosecuted a lot of Nazis who were following orders.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's been put up to trial. That's been put up to the test, and just following orders is not a justifiable defense. That's for sure. Yep. But yeah, man, I'm doing this more and more. You know. Thank you. Great conversations, folks. All right, been missing out the chat. Let's see here. Timothy says, talk about some serious TDS syndrome. Timothy, where's the TDS syndrome? I'm just disagreeing with your guy. We live in America. We have a right to do that. Jesus Calling says, this dude identifies as a cat. Yeah, I'm absolutely a cat girl. It's actually true, folks. It's actually true. 626 area code, what's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, man? I see your stream. I see that you're saying that, I guess, Trump is bad or something like that. Let me read that again.
Yeah, Trump's presidency will hurt you. That's the prompt.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah. Wait, hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious on how. Yeah, okay. I'm just curious on how that will happen. Or, as an American citizen, how can it hurt me? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So, I mean, first things first, his proposed tax plan, if he gets it done, there was analysis that looked into it. It would pretty much raise taxes on 95% of earners, only cutting taxes for the top 5%, more so for the top 1%. Hold on 1 second, if I may. I'll pull you in after the next call. 1 moment. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so his tax plan increased tax on 95% of Americans, cut taxes for the top 5%. He already has a record on taxes. We saw this. His first tax plan, his biggest legislative accomplishment, was a tax cut that 83% of the benefits went to the top 1%. It rose the deficit significantly, rose the debt significantly, all this before COVID. So he's no good on the economy. I mean, I can go into more, but if you have a response for that, sure, we can talk about that.
Yeah, so in my opinion, all right, and I think the other country is America.
Wait, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Kind of like they're like they get more from us from them. Yeah,
Hello, can you wait? Yeah, sorry, there was some audio problems, but could you repeat your point?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
There's a big delay. There's a big delay here.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
There's a big delay. I'll call you back. 1 moment.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hold up. I'm trying to see. 626. All right, there you go. I'm calling back. 626 area code. This is the same guy. Hello, I'm good. I'm good.
This is the same guy. Yes. How's it going?
I'm good.
Okay, a lot of people like to blame Trump on this whole COVID thing. You know, what would you suggest he have done in COVID?
Well, no, I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about before COVID.
Okay, so you're saying before COVID, you're saying that we were in a financial, it was worse than how it is today. So you're saying that the prices today are better.
No, that wasn't my claim. That wasn't my claim. That wasn't my claim. My claim was that he did a tax plan in which 83% went to the top 1%. My claim was also that his new tax plan, when people looked into it, would raise tax on 95% of the people and only cut tax for the top 5%. My claim was also that my claim also was that he increased the deficit dramatically, which therefore increases the debt. This was all before COVID.
Okay, so that being said, right? So what you're basically suggesting is that what his actions and his tax proposals, giving it to the top 1%, stuff like that, right? But in my opinion, you know, so companies, right? Like owners of companies, right? You would say that they're probably one of the top 1%, right? So company owners.
Depends on the company. Maybe not the maybe.
When you give tax breaks to companies, it essentially helps the workers in itself.
No. I disagree with that. That's the basis of trickle-down economics, and we've been able to see this experiment for the last 40 years, since really the Reagan years, and ultimately it never trickles down. The top 1% through their before Reaganomics, before neoliberal economics, we were able to see the greatest expansion of the middle class this country's ever seen. We were able to see corporate profits go up, CEO profits go up, but also workers' profits going up with productivity and with the CEO. But ever since then, ever since neoliberalism, wait, hold on, one moment, my friend. Ever since we sort of embrace neoliberalism and trickle-down economics, what we have seen is instead of growing together, the top 1% has seen their wealth grow about 200 or so percent. And the top 0.1 of the 1% saw their wealth grow 400 something percent. Meanwhile, the regular people have seen their wages grow only 28%. We are stagnant, and that's not our natural state. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep it this simple. Were we, financially speaking, were you better 4 years ago, or were you better now? See, you can claim all this stuff. You read. Hello? Wow.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
So you asked pretty much, was I better then or better now?
Yeah. So wait. Let me finish real quick.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah. Were you better then? Were you better now? Right. Let's just start there.
Well, yeah. I'll say this. I'll say this.
You got studies, right? I'm listening to your studies. I'm listening to what you're saying. You're saying a lot of nice things. But, in my opinion, I live in reality, right? So there's a lot of studies.
Well, I live in reality too, my friend.
But yeah, well, it's kind of hard to say that we're in a better position than we were 4 years ago.
I'm not saying that. In some regards, we're doing worse. In some regards, we're doing better. But ultimately, I'm not claiming.
One wants to frack. One group wants to frack, which increases.
Both groups want to frack, my friend.
If it's cheaper to
both groups want to frack, brother.
Your location, it's going to be cheaper on the consumer.
Here, can I hop in here? Because you asked me a question. You asked me a question. Am I better off now or better off 4 years ago? I'll be honest with you. I was a teenager back then. But when it comes to looking at my family's finances, I mean, we're in a pretty similar spot, I would say, financially than we were. Obviously, around us, inflation has been a thing. But hold on, I'm not done yet. My claim was never that we are somehow magically better than we were completely than we were 4 years ago. Actually, I would say that overall as a country we are doing better than we were 4 years ago, because 4 years ago we were in the midst of the pandemic. So I think we can agree we're all doing better than during the middle of the pandemic. But hold on. I'm not done yet, sir. So if you're worried about inflation is down. Of course, that's not enough. I think the Democrats, well, hold on, my friend. You gotta let me speak. So while inflation, well, hold on, you're speaking too. While inflation is down, it's not good enough. Democrats have done, in my view, some decent policies, but they haven't done anything great in decades. The reason why is because the Democratic Party, much like the Republican Party, has been rotted at the core because of trickle-down neoliberal economics that both parties have embraced since the 1980s. So why do I say this? Was the economy perfect under Donald Trump? No. In the same way that the economy was not perfect under Barack Obama. Now, The Economist would say to me and you, well, hold on. On the macroeconomic level, the economy is doing actually pretty all right compared to our developed nations, our G7 contemporaries under Biden. On a macroeconomic level, the economy was doing pretty all right under Donald Trump and Barack Obama. But there was a reason why the American people embraced populism when they elected Donald Trump. Because the American people were not satisfied just because the stock market's doing well or the GDP is going up. Now, Donald Trump and Barack Obama and Joe Biden have the same issues where 60% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. But what I can say is this. Donald Trump made some decent promises in 2016. Specifically that he's going to bring back the manufacturing jobs. Specifically that he was going to fix the infrastructure. Specifically, hold on one moment. Specifically that he was going to bring back the jobs in manufacturing. Specifically that he was going to bring back the infrastructure. Specifically that he was not going to let anybody die of lack of health care in his America. Now, and also that he thought that the trade deals were bad, NAFTA and the TPP. Now, what happened when he was president? All those things that I give his campaign credit for, he failed on it. Manufacturing jobs did not come back. We lost 200,000. Manufacturing jobs actually stagnated before COVID. When it comes to infrastructure, he didn't do an infrastructure plan. He had infrastructure week. It was a symbolic celebratory. Well, hold on. I'm not done with my point here. When it comes to NAFTA and the TPP, I agree with Donald Trump that NAFTA and the TPP were bad and massive job outsourcers. So I gave him credit when he shot down the TPP. The issue is when he did the USMCA, which was essentially just NAFTA, with provisions now from the TPP. That's not being against the bad trade deals, that's being for the bad trade deals. Now we can look at what he wants to do, and he literally announced a couple days ago his plans to put tariffs on Canada, on China, on Mexico, our three biggest trading partners. Now, listen, sir. Well, hold on. I'm not against tariffs. I'm against across-the-board tariffs. But tariffs serving a purpose are useful. For example, let's say you don't want Chinese EVs in the American market, then you can put a tariff on Chinese EVs and make it pretty much impossible for a Chinese EV to be profitable to be sold in the United States of America. But when you do tariffs across the board, that is just inflationary. So when it comes to the gas prices, number one, the gas prices are down since the Inflation Reduction Act. The gas prices are down since the peak in 2022. It's been going down, but now it's going to go up because oil is directly going to be tariffed. Now, you said earlier, because I'm trying to address your points, because you said a lot of points. You said earlier that there's only one party that wants to do fracking, essentially one party that wants to produce oil. That's not true. Joe Biden produces more oil each day than under Donald Trump. Joe Biden is no environmentalist. Oil production is up. Brother, do you deny that fact? Would you like a list? Would you like to hear how many barrels are produced each day?
Okay, and would you also say that Biden also dipped into our reserves? Because that's how we lower prices, is we dip into our own reserves. We did dip into the reserves. Well, hold on. Let me address your point. I didn't talk for 30 minutes. This is my stream. If you don't calm yourself, you're gonna be out, brother. If you don't calm yourself, you're gonna be out. We can have a calm. You removed. If you don't calm yourself down. I'm just saying the facts. We can have a conversation. We just need to calm it down a little bit, all right? Can you have a conversation? Well, I let you talk for a good point. I wanted to address all the many points you wanted to refer to. If you want to go point by point, we can go point by point. So we can start going point by point. Hold on, my friend. I need you to calm down a little bit. If you want to go point by point, we can go point by point. But you said many points, so I'm going to respond to each of your points. That's how it works. You said all these different things about how amazing the economy was, how amazing trickle-down economics was, how great the fracking is, and how we're not doing fracking anymore. When we're doing fracking, when we're doing oil drilling, we're the number one oil producer in the world. That's just a fact. So if you want to go point by point, we can order it that way, but we just need to calm down a little bit. All right? So where am I wrong specifically about the oil production? Where am I wrong about oil production? I say this, right? You talk for 30 minutes, I see two words, you cut me off, and then you say I'm being loud and I'm being rude.
Am I wrong about oil production?
You are, very much.
So tell me the number. Just tell me, you probably shouldn't be on the phone while we're driving. Okay, you're claiming though,
I got you on my headphones, no problem.
You're claiming though that oil production is down now. I have the graph in front of me about oil production. I'm asking you about oil production. All right. You're telling that oil production is down now, and it's not. So if you do believe that, though, just tell me. Okay, you want to see reserve? Let's see that.
Reserves, bro, please. Yeah, because I know for a fact, dude, we don't have that much reserve. Well, how do you think he lowers the gas price, dude? They say that they frack, but let me tell you something. They put so much restrictions on these people that the companies that actually do it. I know people that do this shit.
Well, you made the claim, sir. You made the claim, sir. You made the claim, sir, that we're not doing fracking. We are doing fracking, and we are doing oil production. You made a claim about oil production. I was responding to your point about oil production. Yeah, so again, your claim was that oil production. Your claim was that fracking is not allowed or something when fracking is allowed. That's a point about oil production, and oil production is up. Okay, you said one party was for fracking. Hold on, I'm gonna hold you to account here. I need you to calm down here, little man. You said your own words that one party. You said that one party was for fracking and the party was not against it. Now you're changing the goalpost, and that's fine. That's fine to change the goalpost. I mean, but you can recognize you're changing the goalpost because you said one was against it and one wasn't. Now the thing is this: under Trump, let's see, by the end of his administration, we were producing. Let's see here. January 2021, 11,152 barrels of oil a day, and now we're producing Now we're producing 13,401 barrels of oil per day. So I don't know why I'm not necessarily for fracking, but I can recognize the fact that oil production is up. Why are you getting upset about oil production being up? Why are you upset about oil production being up? Why are you upset? Why are you upset with oil production being up? So you're saying what? You're saying there's so you're saying so you're saying Joe Biden doesn't want oil production to be up. You're saying Joe Biden doesn't want. Well, hold on. You're freaking out here, man. You're saying fracking's not allowed because Joe Biden. Brother, I need you to calm down. You want to be kicked? Do you want to be kicked? Do you want to be kicked? Do you want to be kicked? I need you to calm down. You're getting triggered. I get it. You're getting triggered. I'm matching your energy. You go for a long time and you interrupt, so I'm just matching your energy. If you want to have a conversation, come into the energy with the come in with that energy, man. Come in with that energy. Yeah, when you give that same respect. Sure. When you give that same respect, man. When you give that same respect. This call's only been going on for 14 minutes. Hasn't even been going on for 30 minutes. Do you not hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? So you said that Joe Biden. I want to talk about what you're saying, and you don't want to talk about what you're saying, man. Listen. I'm responding to your points. I'm responding to your direct points, man. Why are you mad that I'm responding to your points? Why are you mad that you're not letting your points be talked about? You want to hyperfixate about like, why don't I get to speak the whole fucking call when you're on my stream, but you don't shut up. And I want to directly respond to your points. You're saying that Joe Biden's against oil production. You're saying that Joe Biden's against fracking. And again, we are producing more than Trump was at the end of his term. Oil production is the highest it's ever been. So I don't know why you're getting upset when your goal is oil production being up, man. So again, you don't shut up. We can have a conversation. We can have a conversation, man. No, you have to stop talking to. Follow your own rules, brother. Follow your own rules, man. You claimed oil production was down. You claimed that Biden's against oil. When we're producing more oil, you can fake laugh all you want, but you're really mad, and I can tell you're mad. Then why are they producing more oil, man? Why are they doing fracking, man? Give me proof! You said it's proven! Give me proof, man. Give me proof, man. Why are we producing more oil than any other country in the world? I don't know why we're producing more oil than any other country in the world. Why are we? Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why we're producing more oil, thousands of oil, more oil than ever before in this country's history? Okay, so are you trying to claim, let me understand what you're trying to claim here. Are you claiming that because we import oil, we're not producing the oil here?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, this is what I'm trying to say. Okay, can you just don't talk for like fucking 20 seconds.
No, I'm gonna make the rules here. You don't have to make the rules on this stream. So yeah, you can keep. No, this is a stream about difference of opinion, and in the last stream, there was a lot of decent conversations. So please tell me how we're not producing the oil. You can fake laugh all you want, but you're triggered right now because we're producing more oil. We're producing more oil under Biden. It's not exactly what I would want to do, but it's what you would want to do, probably. Why are we producing? Why are you not recognizing? I criticize Biden all the time. The caller before you, I criticized Joe Biden, but you don't want to criticize Donald Trump, and you don't want to live in reality. You want to pretend like there's no oil being produced in America. You want to pretend like they're anti-fracking, when at the end of the day, we produce more oils than any other country in the world, and we produce more barrels of oil than any time in our history. That's a fact, and you don't want to accept the fact.
Okay.
So, I think we're going back in circles and circles and circles. Why are you changing topic? You're moving the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost. Your goalpost shifting, my friend. Your goalpost shifting again. And, again, your central claim was that production is down because fracking is down, because Biden hates fracking. And I'm disproving your point, and you won't recognize that fact. So I'm going to stick on that fact until you recognize reality, man. I'm going to recognize reality. I'm just going to recognize reality. And you don't want to recognize that fact. You don't want to recognize it. And that's okay, man. That's okay. No. I'm having a debate, but I think a rule from my own stream is that we live in the same reality, and you don't want to live in the same reality, unfortunately. I'm not even yelling. You're the one yelling, my friend. You're the one yelling, my friend. You're the one yelling, my friend, and you don't accept reality. You're refusing to accept reality, and ultimately that's on you, man. Yes, absolutely. You shifted the goalpost about 50 different times, and you want to pretend that Joe Biden. Oh, now you're going to a different topic because again you're triggered and you don't want to stick to the topic. You don't want to stick to the topic because you know it's a losing topic, man. No. I mean, you're goalpost shifting. You're doing whataboutism. You're doing all these different tricks because you don't want to live in reality. And you're upset even though you want more oil to be produced and more oil is being produced, but you're upset about it and you're going on to something else, and that's okay. That's okay, you know. But I've been actually focused on one thing and one thing only, the issue you brought up the moment you joined the call, the oil production. Yeah, I brought up the one thing. I'm focused on the one thing that you brought up, and you don't want to talk about the thing that you brought up because you're running from it, because it doesn't fit your narrative, and you're focused on the narrative rather than reality. How about you focus on the issue that matters? How about you focus on the issue, man? So when Donald Trump does put more tariffs on oil, gas prices will go up. Gas prices will go up, and I'm assuming you're for it. And that's unfortunate because I'm actually for lower gas prices. Unfortunately, you're not though, and that's a damn shame. But we've been going at this for 20 minutes, and I don't want you to crash your car. Apparently, you're in traffic. Don't make phone calls in the car, my friend. Have a good day. All right, folks. Wasn't that fun? I gave you all the blood sports. I gave you the blood sports, folks. I gave you the blood sports. And also, my mic is actually not going down, unlike the other day. So I fixed that. Alright, let's see what's going on in chat. 2020, the U.S. produced 713 million metric... Hold on. 1 second. 214 area code. What's on your mind? 214 area code. You're on. What's on your mind?
Yeah, like I said, I've been watching the stream, and I just want to say that I like the conversations that you're having. It's unfortunate that you can't really have a solid debate without having to constantly scream over one another. I think that's a really big problem that we have in the world overall. Is that
100%.
No one can really have a genuine conversation without having to speak over one another. And
Well, I'll give credit to some of the people that came on to my most recent stream. If you want to take some time to watch that, that was actually pretty much almost all the conversations were decent and thoughtful. even where there was disagreement, but we just actually are able to have a conversation. And this is what's so interesting to me about some of these guests that come in here and they yell and they demand that they get respected and they demand that they get time to speak. I just match the energy. And when they interrupt, when they say 1,000,000 points, I'm going to respond to the 1,000,000 points, you know? So, and they get upset when they get their points responded to. And the last guy, he was trying to change the topic to like transgenders, and he was saying that Biden's against fracking, and but production's up, so then he wanted to talk about the reserves. You know, he was a mess. But you were saying?
I guess what I can say is that I think a lot of times we become a bit biased based on our thoughts and opinions. And
Yeah.
a lot of times, these people, whether if you're pro-Trump or pro-Democrat, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like I was saying before, we're all humans. We're all
100%.
made of the same bones, of the same blood, and of the same skin. And,
Yep.
and until we can start seeing each other like that, things will never change. I think some of those people that come on that are just heated about their opinions is because they feel that they're not being heard. And they're not being heard by the government.
100%.
The only thing the government hears is the dollar sign. That's all they care about. They don't care about me and you. They don't care about all these people that are following them. And it's sad to say because, these people feel strongly that the person that they voted for cares about them, and they don't.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
I heard the conversation.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I think there's a little bit of a delay there, but it's one of the wildest things I noticed, particularly doing the YouTube call-ins. I didn't really hear too much of this when I was doing the TikTok lives, but I'm suspended from TikTok right now, so I've been focused purely on YouTube. But Donald Trump supporters, or just yeah, exactly. They're censoring me. The woke mob is actually coming after the progressives, it seems. But what's funny to me is on YouTube, I think I get a bit of an older group of folks calling in, even though I get a ton of different age groups on the TikTok, but even older folks. But I get more of like these like older guys, and I guess they grew up in the sort of Reagan era, in this neoliberal era we've been living in. And I criticize the rich. I bring up how the tax code was not written for the sake of regular people, and including these people calling in. And I'll bring up just the numbers, like the top 1%'s wealth grew this way, the 0.1% grew this way, your wealth grew this way, stagnant, little, not keeping up with inflation. And somehow they still manage to defend the billionaires, even against their own interests. It's one of the more unfortunate things.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly, and that's the thing that they don't tend to see. They blindly follow this man like as if he's here to save you. And you just pointed it out perfectly with the other gentleman that he only saves the 1%.
Yes, 100%.
That's the unfortunate part is that we work tirelessly to suit their needs.
100%.
I think that's a big problem is that people are fed up. People are tired. But I think that's kind of where Donald Trump tends to gain a lot of momentum. Because he was calling to those people that felt that they weren't being spoken for.
100%.
Hillary Clinton and all of them during the debate about their donors are in the crowd, and I don't need those donors. I'm the only one that can say it. Yeah, exactly. But he's in bed with all of them anyway.
Exactly.
Whether he likes to claim it or not, people don't realize he is a liar. All of them are. There's very few politicians today that are wholeheartedly in it to serve their constituents.
100% agree.
The sad part. We keep electing these people. And honestly, we're not even the ones electing them anymore. The 1% is the one that elects them. It's been like that for decades now.
Yep. And that's the thing.
Have this conversation this way.
That's the thing. Honestly, I actually feel when I'm talking to conservatives in person, it is actually easier to get to them. Obviously, the people that come onto these streams usually that call in that want to debate me, right? They're a bit more like in the camp. They are MAGA, they are Republican defenders, whatever their main priority is, and they're here for debate. But when I talk to to just people outside in the real world of all age groups, and everybody can kind of agree, yeah, we're being screwed, yeah, we're being a little fucked over, and people and Donald Trump was able to harness the energy that came with that anger. That's why I was trying to talk about Obama and Biden and Trump to the last guy, because he's essentially trying to say, well, you don't like the thing that Trump's doing, that must mean you like everything that's happening now or happening under the Democrats. And it's like, no. The underlying problems of like wage stagnation, income inequality, the fact that 60% of people live paycheck to paycheck, the fact that they're uninsured people in the richest country in the world, all that stuff is still happening, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. And but unfortunately for them, it's team sports. It's team sports fully.
Absolutely, and then not just living paycheck to paycheck, but we're having to work 100-hour weeks just paycheck to paycheck, and that's where it comes in, that they use that fear tactic of, oh, do you really want to pay all this money for your groceries? If you elect me, I'm going to bring it back down to where you can afford your groceries. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Whether
or not whoever's in office, I'm still able to afford my groceries, and I got that.
Yes.
I think that I'm blessed. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, people that are in that camp, like you said, they really. It's sad to say. It's unfortunate for me to say it this way, but all they know is his talking points. They don't know how to defend it. I have a cousin, for example, who was a little more conservative this time around, and he talked about the price of my groceries. But this man, I had a conversation with about a month ago, and he was joking about how there was more dog food for his dog in his fridge than there was his actual food. not by choice. He knows that. He eats fast food more than he actually buys groceries. So
that's very funny.
About the economy when you don't even buy groceries.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that's
no, I know exactly what you're saying.
With me, but it's a lot of the word vomit that it's all these little talking points that they like to argue on. But like you said, state the facts. Understand the facts before you come in and try to argue it.
No, that's exactly it. And the funny thing is, I've interacted with
and they're blinded by that.
Like, the Republicans do a good job at sort of streamlining their talking points, right? The think tanks will think something up, then Fox News will be repeating it, then the podcast bros will be repeating it, and then the regular people will repeat it. But the funny thing is, when you talk to them, it kind of falls apart, right? So when I was talking to the gentleman before, he was trying to make a narrative about the oil.
And that's when they get upset and start screaming.
Exactly.
That's when they start getting upset and start yelling and trying to talk over you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Learn to talk amongst each other. Give each other the time and the space to have that conversation. At this, having this conversation with you, you're allowing me to speak just as much as you were allowing them to speak.
Yes.
And then, like you said, if I make a bunch of points, if I make a bunch of points, I should give you the grade. A lot of those people don't want to do that. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to understand you. They just want to feel that they are right.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like when he brought up the oil, I mean, it's a really easy response. He was like, one party wants fracking, one party doesn't. I'm like, well, I mean, to a lot of environmentalists, it's a talking point, right? But like to a lot of environmentalists, dismay, Joe Biden has fully embraced oil production, and it just is a fact that oil production is up. It's high. It's the highest in the world, and it's higher than when Trump left office. And when you say that fact, it completely breaks apart the whole like, oh well, the reason why everything is expensive is because we're not producing enough oil, because the Democrats just hate fracking, because they just hate this and they do that. And it's like, no, my friend, we are producing a ton of oil in the United States. We're number one in the world. Now, if they want to have a problem with oil being exported or something of that nature, they can have that problem. I'm open to that. But of course, they'll never talk about potential solutions. You know, that then you get into like, oh, well, maybe the private oil companies don't actually have the countries into my position, but that's the kind of discussions that can be had when you start talking about reality. But the moment that they hear reality, the moment that they find out drill, baby, drill is not enough to actually make an argument, well, then you have the gentleman last time who was apparently in traffic and getting that upset on the road, you know? So, but honestly, yeah, the last stream I did, a lot of great conversations. Very civil, very nice, even with conservatives. Last stream.
That's good. That's exactly what it should be. I guess one point that I do want to make, you know, is to kind of go back into immigration. That kind of impacts my life.
Yes.
But you know, it's I got to try to figure out how to kind of word this. You know, it's kind of like what you were saying. It's about finding solutions to the issues that we're dealing with that they're not looking for.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially on the conservative side, when they talk about immigration, they use these fear tactics about, oh, they're eating your cats and dogs, and they're bringing all this in. Which, don't get me wrong, there are particular cases where it is happening, right? Mm-hmm. But how can I say this? They're making it bigger than what it actually is.
They're making a mountain out of a molehill, right?
Yeah, exactly, and they're using it as a fear tactic to gain votes. You know, instead of actually looking for the solutions, they don't want to look for a solution because they're running their campaign on those fear tactics.
Yeah.
You know, so why would you want to fix something if you're gaining something from it? And that's what people don't realize either.
And you know
why the immigration issue hasn't been fixed in so long is because they run on it.
Yep. And you know, on immigration, you know, the whole thing about the eating the cats and the dogs, the funny thing is, hello, I think there's a bit of connection issues on my end, but can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay, yeah, regarding immigration, yeah, hello. I think there's a big delay. Here, let me call you back, all right?
I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
All right, so going back to the point about... All right, here, hold on 1 second. I'll call you back. Hello, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
All right, so yeah, the funny thing about the immigration stuff is even like they lie a lot. Even the whole cats and dogs things. I mean, like every single example they were giving of a Haitian migrant in Springfield eating the cats and the dogs, stealing the geese to cook them or whatever. Well, the picture of the guy with the geese was a guy that was picking up roadkill for his job, and they had a video of a woman that killed a cat, and it turned out it was just a woman in a different city having a breakdown and she wasn't even an immigrant, and she killed a cat, but she wasn't going to eat him. And the city came out against the story, the police came out against the story, the Republican governor of Ohio came out against the story, but honestly, being honest is not a priority of a lot of politicians, definitely not Donald Trump. But on immigration, unfortunately, the Democrats, in my view, conceded the immigration issue. They essentially wanted to stop arguing it during Biden because Biden was doing a lot of deportations and continuing a lot of Trump-era policies. Of course, the Trump fans won't recognize that, but that's a fact. And as a result, I mean, it became the Democrats lost the moral ground to be like, actually, immigrants are good, even though actually immigrants are good. There's a bunch of research into this. Immigrants help the economy. I believe 80% of the people of all undocumented immigrants have been here for over a decade. These are people that have been working. These are people that have been doing jobs, paying taxes. You know, whether we're talking about the sales tax, whether we're talking about tax out of each paycheck, right? These are productive members of society, and I'm going to defend them.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, with Kamala Harris, all she could really say is, well, I support the Republican bill. Donald Trump does not support the Republican bill because he did not want to give a win to Joe Biden, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, well, you know what? I don't support the Republican bill. I support making the system more efficient because an inefficient immigration system actually increases illegal immigration, because if you're going to wait decades and decades and decades, but you know what? You need money today. You need a job today. You need to run away from danger today. You're going to do what you need to do, even if that means coming illegally. So,
And, and unfortunately, they use their talking points and saying that, all these evil people are coming over and doing all this and that. And like I said, there are certain instances where those cases are true, but majority of those people aren't bad people.
100%.
Like you said, they're looking for a better life. And, they like talking this whole game about, oh, well, do it the right way, do it the legal way. Do you not understand how that legal process, how long that legal process takes, how much money it takes to go through that legal process? A lot of those people don't have the type of money, the resources to try to do it legally.
I know people that do it the legal way, and they come here, they have a job before they even get here. Then in their process, they have to wait 5 years before they can get another stage of immigration, essentially, and then from that stage they have to wait 10 years to get full citizenship. And then but the thing is, those are completely legal citizens. They're here on a work visa. They're interested in becoming citizens. They have families. I'm curious from the conservatives' perspective, especially with Stephen Miller, who's Trump's immigration guy, essentially, talking about denaturalizing people. Do the kids that were born by people that are here legally, but they aren't full Americans, does he consider them, unnatural citizens or anchor babies or whatever, and does he intend to denaturalize them, since he's talking about denaturalization? The concept of denaturalization has to be going after legal people, so that's pretty crazy, but go ahead.
Let me say this. The denaturalization is only going to apply for people who have a darker skin tone.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that it's not going to apply to the Ukrainians who came here, who came here to this country with visas when that war started.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
It's not gonna apply to people like Elon Musk and Melania. That's for sure.
Absolutely, and Barron Trump, for example.
Yep.
They're clearly immigrants too. But that's the part that irritates me the most. It's the whole entire thing of, oh, we'll get them out of our country. Then who's gonna cook your food? Who's gonna cut your grass? Who's gonna build your roads and fix your houses? Who's gonna do all this work? Not those people. Not MAGA.
And very importantly, like these super essential industries. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They're too busy trying to get their. Like I said, they're not going to do this type of work. They're too busy trying to be supervisors and managers and directors of businesses. They're not going to get their hands dirty. You honestly think for 1 second that Donald Trump would pick up a shovel and work just because he served you French fries and pulled up in a garbage truck that he understands where you came from? Absolutely not. He's never had to work a hard day in his life. A lot of people don't understand that. They see him as this wonderful, great person, and he understands where I'm coming from. No, he does not. He's never had to work an honest, hard day's work in his life. Their whole entire, another thing that they like saying goes, oh, well, he took a bullet for you. He took a bullet for us. The man the man's father paid doctors to claim that he has bone spurs so that way he could dodge the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, and then later on in his life, he wanted to call veterans suckers.
Yeah.
You know, you get what I'm saying? But these veterans, they will not, like, at the end of the day, the veterans still support him for some reason. Like,
oh, some do. You know, an interesting fact in the 2020 primary season. I remember seeing this news that it was looking at where veterans are donating to campaigns, right? And above all the people in the Democratic primary, above even Donald Trump, who was the sitting president, who had a primary, but, you know, it was barely a primary, similar to the primary Joe Biden had, barely a primary. The number one recipient of donations from armed forces members, I think, including active duty and veterans, was Bernie Sanders. And wow. I think people, whether we're talking about the veterans, whether we're talking about all these workers across the country, middle America, we need somebody that actually is going to talk aggressively for the working class. Because I think the best antidote to a fake populist like Donald Trump, who doesn't give a damn about these issues, is a real populist. You know, a real populist that's willing to say, like, hey, he's talking a good game on trade. Why the hell is he making his shit in China? And now that he's been president, why the hell did he sign the USMCA, which is just NAFTA, with provisions from the TPP when he was saying that the TPP is going to take your jobs away? Why did he increase the deficit when he was supposed to be a fiscally responsible guy? Why is he talking about doing tariffs that are going to increase the prices of goods when he was claiming he's going to lower all the prices? You know, so we need somebody that's going to actually talk to the issues that matter. Unfortunately, I don't think Kamala was that guy. And in 2028, it's going to be a real interesting thing. It's not so much to me, genuinely, and the MAGA folks in the chat might not like this. It's not so much to me who the Republicans are going to put up. Because I'm assuming, you know, if checks and balances do their job, Donald Trump's not going to run again. So we're going to potentially have Vance or DeSantis or Ted Cruz, whoever the hell they put up. The question is, to me, is whether or not Democrats are going to put up someone strong that can actually, not just like a Hillary Clinton or a Kamala, hopefully not a Gavin Newsom or a Pete Buttigieg, in my view. I want someone from like a Midwest governor. You know, you look at the governors of Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, etc. You get me?
Yeah, someone who honestly understands what's really going on.
Exactly.
You know, how can you understand the plight of the people if you're sitting on an ivory throne?
Yep.
You know, and that's what the you know, the people who support Donald Trump don't understand or don't see.
And we can get a little we can get a little bit more trashy than the ivory throne. We can go into the Golden Tower, New York. You know.
If you want to say.
Yeah.
You know, so one last talking point, and I'll let you go because, you know, I understand that, you know, you got other people who probably want to speak with you.
Thank you, sir.
But, you know, one thing that I like, so a couple days ago, I was watching a documentary about how Germany rebuilt after World War II.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to talking about how you were saying that, you know, the people who are suffering are the people, you know, are you know, children and women who are dying and, you know, innocent people who are dying during these wars. You know, and then the aftermath of those wars, you know, you see these children who are orphans now. And, you know, there was a part in the documentary was talking about how they had created like almost like a hotline on TV showing like children, who do they belong to? What is your name? And where did you live? And, you know, asking them these questions because they wanted to kind of reconnect those families if they were still alive.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart because, you know, like you said, at the end of the day, yes, they were a part of Nazi Germany, but they weren't carrying weapons. They weren't on the front line. They were suffering. You know, and you know, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, you know, we're designed to have this much hate for Nazi Germany, but you never stop to think about the people who are suffering behind those groups of power that are in power.
And I would say, I would say
and
in
so
that,
it kind of goes into what you were talking about those people suffering.
yeah,
I guess I kind of slightly agree with what the gentleman was saying about it being in their interest. It's in the interest of the people in power to have
yes,
war.
yeah,
Because war is a money game, and
yeah,
they're making money off of these people suffering. They're the people who they're there to serve.
yeah,
Those people are suffering, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because it's like I said, how it's crazy that like I felt bad in my heart for these little German kids who were suffering, but at the same time, like I understand, look, who put you there?
yeah,
Who you know what I mean? It wasn't the United States. It was your own country. It was your own leaders who put
Yeah.
you there to suffer.
Yeah.
They weren't thinking about you. They were thinking about their pockets.
yeah,
And that's the sad part. That's why I think what the gentleman was saying about it being in their interest. It is in their interest, but it's not
Yeah.
in ours.
yeah. No, that call was super interesting because that gentleman was coming in there trying to talk about, he comes into my chat, asks if I'm a Christian. I'm like, yeah. And it's pretty much saying, like, as a Christian, you're not allowed to vote for Democrat. I don't remember that in the Bible, but I gave my reason. Yeah, and I gave my reasons for why, as a Christian, I think it was based on my morals that I voted against Donald Trump. And it was so interesting, it really put him in a weird place where he was essentially justifying everything that I was listening that was bad, and I was like, wow.
Justifying murder, like you said.
Yeah, and he's gonna he of course he was disagreeing in the chat. He's like, you're lying. I didn't say that, but you just said like, no, it was in our interest to support Saudi Arabia.
Let me rephrase what I just said. He was justifying murder in the name of Jesus Christ. Think about it like that. That's exactly what he was doing. As he was saying that as a Christian, those people deserve to die. Those people deserve to suffer because of their beliefs.
It was jarring. It was jarring. He was like, well, you're talking about Muslims getting bombed. What about abortion though? And it's like, wow, you're just dismissing the fucking Muslims being bombed thing, and it's just like I don't care if someone's a Muslim and they're being bombed. They're a human being,
Right and wrong is wrong.
If someone gets shot, it's the same feeling if they're whatever religion they have or whatever background they have. And it was so fascinating to me. I bring up I started with the drone strikes thing, and he was like, oh, well, actually, Obama did more. And I'm like, that's not true. You can't increase drone strikes 435% and then do less. That's not how the math works. And then with the Yemen thing, he essentially just dismissed all the suffering by the people there as the worst humanitarian crisis at the time. He said that Trump actually pulled everybody out of the Middle East. That's just not true. That's a lie, and I don't think that's a lie. For one of the first commandments that we get is "Thou shalt not lie." That's a pretty simple, straightforward thing. That's what I was telling. And then and then he talked about when I brought up Israel. He essentially gave up on. He justified it on one hand, but then he essentially kept trying to run from the argument, instead saying like, well, it doesn't even matter because they're Muslim babies, and it's like, wow, beat a little mask off, but that's you.
And it just goes to show, like, you could go to church every Sunday and still have an evil heart.
Yep.
And that's the sad part about it. How could you honestly read your Bible, follow your God? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what God you believe in. Being a human being, it's something within your soul that tells you that it is wrong.
100%.
Whether you've been, but a lot of times they're trained to believe this. It's a part of brainwashing.
No.
Like I said, they use
definitely
fear tactics. They use this type of brainwashing it's using the name of God in a bad way. And
Yeah, no, that honestly feels more blasphemous to me than voting for Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? You know,
exactly. How does that have anything to do with it?
The funny thing is, like, he was saying, like, it's in our interest to support, Saudi Arabia, which is a Muslim theocracy, bombing Muslims in Yemen. Why is it I guess, based on what his priorities would be, why is it moral in the Christian's view, I guess, to support a Muslim theocracy bombing other Muslims? Oh, well, I'm assuming he's just going to say, they just don't matter. Why don't you care about abortion as much? And it's like, if we did get into the abortion debate, which by the point that he said, like, essentially, it doesn't matter when Muslim kids die, I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm not just going to, like, let you run away from the foreign policy shit, because you're saying some pretty fucking crazy shit. But if we did get into abortion, I understand that abortion is sensitive for people, but I also understand that women shouldn't hold their rapist babies. And I also understand that pretty much most abortions in the third trimester, like, practically all of them, are not people who want an abortion. They're the people that have already bought the crib and painted the room, but they have a medical emergency and they need to get the abortion. And when you do ban abortions, when you leave it at the states, you risk women dying.
Yeah, it's either risk dying yourself or your child dying. But they don't see that. Again, they have these talking points of fear tactics. They're only spewing out the same fear that they're being fed.
Yeah.
They don't understand, like, they don't understand that like, it's a serious thing. I mean, it's sad. Again, I go back to that family member of mine that was a little more conservative this time around. His own sister struggles to conceive.
Really?
And for as long as I've known her as an adult, she's wanted a child, and she can't. And she can't because of those same risks. And so, it's unfortunate that your own sibling would think about himself or the things that he's being fed rather than his family.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, that's his right to vote the direction that he wanted to vote.
And the optimistic. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just kind of, because I have to go now, but I just want to let off. I just want to let off by saying, like I said, at the end of the day, the problem between us humans is that we're seeing each other. We're being seen as different. We're put into these categories and these different boxes to keep us separate. You're white, he's black, he's Hispanic, he's Muslim, he's Christian, she's gay, he's straight. All these different categories that they're doing. It's so that way we're controlled more easily.
Yeah.
And until humankind can see each other as brothers and sisters, because again, like I said, you may be different from me, but you're made of the same bone, of the same blood, and of the same skin as I am. And in that instance, you are my brother. They 100%. Are my sisters.
100%.
And you should see them the same way you see your own biological brothers and sisters. The way that you have love for those people is the way that you need to see random people in the world. Because we are brothers and sisters. At the end of the day.
And that's what it's all about. I guess we'll finish off with this. That's what it's all about, man. It's literally like all these motherfuckers talking shit in the chat sometimes, or like the people that will call in and say like some dumb shit, silly shit, completely immoral shit. Like the guy that was like trying to do the whole Christian angle thing while supporting murder, essentially. I want him to have healthcare. I want him to have more money in his pockets. I want a fairer tax code. If he were to lose his money, if he were to be in a real hard spot, I want there to be a social safety net to catch him. When he is old, I want him to get Social Security, right? So that's what it's all about for me, right? It's solidarity. Even with the people that don't agree with me, I'm still gonna fight for them. I'm still gonna argue for them. And what I do, with my stream, I enjoy content creation. I enjoy debate. And these streams have been a real good thing for my watch hours, and watch hours are part of getting monetized. But, you know, the more I grow on social media, my goal is really just to spread the message to people, essentially, like class solidarity. You're not my enemy. We're in the same boat. You know, that's the big thing.
At the end of the day, you have to spread love and enlightenment.
Yep. That's a big thing.
I'll leave it like that, man. I appreciate the conversation, man.
Thank you,
so
brother.
much.
Appreciate your time, man. Have a good day. You too.
You too. Stay blessed.
Yes, sir. Good stuff. Pretty good stream. You know, for some reason, though, I am noticing the concurrent viewers are down. I feel like the YouTube is not pushing this stream in the algorithm. But, folks, I am happy to report that we did, at some point in the middle of the stream, see a big spike going from 22, 24, 43, 69, 107, 207, 305. I think that might have been our peak. 305. And we were pretty high for a while, in the 200s, 100s, 10s, and that. But we've been kind of low for a bit. If I want to continue streaming, I feel like I would want to reset the stream to sort of juice up the numbers, like kind of let the algorithm push more people. But I have a feeling that the algorithm is not really going to push this stream anymore at this point. And my internet is acting up right now. But, my friends, it was a good stream, folks. It was the best stream, actually. And you guys should subscribe, because I'm going to do more of these streams. And I see a big conversation here with Furious News and AJ Monty and something, I can't read the first word. Wrath. Furious News says we got to do a call together. Maybe in another stream, my friend. But for now, folks, I'm going to head out. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Oops, I accidentally messed up my OBS. Hold on, let me fix that. Let me fix that, folks. Messed up my OBS there. Alright. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for your time. Nathan B says leave this on. Nathan B, what you got? You got a debate to make? Well, the concurrent viewers are down. The algorithm's not pushing it. And we already reached our peak a while ago. I've been going out for a bit. Making Nathan's internet great again. True. True, folks. Folks, subscribe for the next stream. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.